I read the autobiography Bleeding Orange by Jim Boeheim with Jack McCullum. I chose to read this book because I've grown up watching Syracuse basketball with my dad, an alumnus of the university. Naturally, when Boeheim released this book in 2014, I was eager to learn about his history and ties at Syracuse, as well as what motivated him to remain loyal to the Orange. Jim Boeheim has won countless coaching awards and is the second most winning NCAA Division I coach with 941 wins, close behind Duke University coach Mike Krzyzewski. Unlike Krzyzewski, Boeheim is one of the only coaches who has remained at a single institution from the time he played for Cuse in 1962 to currently coaching now at the age of 70 in his 39th season as a head coach. The biography is a combination of Boeheim's notes before crucial games during the 2014 season, personal reflections on past players, games, and rivalries, and an in-depth perspective of the tireless efforts, sacrifices, and pleasures of being an NCAA Division I basketball coach. Chronologically, Boeheim shares how he was just a walk-on freshman who could not in a million years predict that he'd still be at Syracuse today. He was nothing too special besides the fact that he roomed with basketball legend Dave Bing. Lo and behold, he found himself assistant coaching and in 1976 gave administration little choice but to hire him as head coach, a position he still holds to this day. He did this by taking a huge risk. After interviewing for head coach position at Rochester, he asked about coaching at Syracuse. After the administration said they wanted to keep the position open for a few weeks, Boeheim boldly gave them two options. One, they could hire him on the spot, or two, he was going to Rochester. Boeheim has had multiple high and low points in his career, initially believing that he had everything down from the notorious 2-3 zone defense to deciding who would take the final shot to his method of recruitment down. However, he makes several major points in his writing, one being that you learn new things every day, another being that if you want something, it is necessary to make sacrifices and to take risks. Nothing comes easy. If you want something, you're going to have to work for it. A third being that you should accept the fact that there will be ups and downs, but all that is important is the present. Too often, coaches are evaluated in the short run when they should be in the long haul. He is a coach that leads with the utmost integrity and sportsmanship, respecting his players and the other coaches in the league. Games such as the final one played in the Manley Fieldhouse before moving to the Carrier Dome in 1980 best exhibit Boeheim's unbreakable drive and ability to continue moving forward. Georgetown, now one of Cuse's biggest rivals, upset number 2 ranked Syracuse University 52-50, ending a 57 home court game winning streak. Georgetown's rivalry with Syracuse, among many others, serve as obstacles to Boeheim's success. He devotes time to watching VCR tapes of the game, learning to adapt and adjust his techniques. He has coached some of the best college basketball players who would later become crucial members on the Orange or go on to play in the NBA, a few being Carmelo Anthony, Derek Coleman, John Wallace, Louis and Bowie, Pearl Washington, Dion Waiters, and most recently, Tyler Ennis. Syracuse University won one of the most famous games in college basketball history against UConn under coaching of Boeheim on March 12, 2009. He coached the team through 6 overtimes before clinching the 127-117 victory. Yes, he had talented players, but his leadership and coaching was commended early the next morning by a group of UConn fans. A truly classic game that shows Boeheim's drive to succeed and his undeniable passion to coach. This book relates to sociology in that Boeheim is consistently working and interacting with those around him. Whether it is his players, his family, or other coaches, Boeheim works to build relationships with people and utilizes those relationships as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. He plays a major role in society as college basketball has become such a popular part of our culture. Through the good and the bad season, one thing that has always held constant is the large fan base. 35,446 record attendance he has built up with his coaching talents, bold decisions, and all-around charisma, all due to his ability to socialize with the fans and the opponents and become well-known. 3 broad ideas represented in the biography are statuses and roles in social structure, types of social interaction, and agents of socialization. More specifically, Boeheim has earned a highly regarded achieved status as the NCAA Division I basketball coach with the second most wins under his belt. This didn't come effortlessly. It took years of dedication, hard work, ejections, losses, wins, long drives to recruits, and adapting to new settings for Boeheim, who claims he is still learning to coach to this day to get to where he is now. Along with holding an achieved status, Boeheim plays the ever so important role of head coach. With this role comes expectations, which are socially determined behaviors of him. He is expected by the administration and his fan base to
created using Powtoon.